so alive. Hi, let's talk. Hi, let's talk. No more, no less. No more, no less.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome one, welcome all to our show. Hi, let's talk. No more, no less.
No,
My name is Oluwaseyi Ogodisi, and I'm your host for today. As always, I am an actress, a thespian, theater enthusiast. I call myself theater obsessed, a cinephile. There's a lot about me. But today, we are not alone. Today, I am with my co-host. Hi, Demola.
hi Toyosi. Hi. Hi. Hi
Hi.
everybody. My name is Mola Oyedimo. You can call me Dede. Right. I'm an actor as well. And all those things that Toyo put down. And then some.
Mm,
Anyways, see you.
not you piggybacking.
Okay. Should I also mention that I'm a farmer as well?
Yes. Tell them who you are, Farmer Lady.
Yes. I'm an OAP. I'm an actor. I do a bunch of things, to be honest. Yeah. So that's much about me. Toyosi, take over.
Great. So thank you so much for sharing that. Today, we're not alone. We are with an esteemed guest and a colleague, one who I have been chanced to know and even work on nice projects with. Welcome to Ebeisuwa Junior. Thank you so much for being here with us today. You are an actor, you're a producer, you're a director. You wear so many hats. It's so lovely to see you today.
Yeah, good evening, my people. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're welcome.
Yes, the Malap is gone.
So, as I was saying, we are glad to have Ebeisuwa Oluwaseyi, Ebeisuwa, the biggest one in the building. Filmmaker, actor, director, assistant director. I'm saying all this according to what he put in his bio on IG. So, from films like Ijogbon, which was like blockbuster in my own view, we have films like Dear Hates. We have a whole bunch of His Fault Not Ours, Friends for Life, the series, Kiss Me, Kill or Be Killed, directed by Hubert Ifokonbale as well. It's just a whole lot from this amazing guest this evening. Welcome. We are so lucky to have you here. We are so lucky to, get to talk to you, get to listen to you, get to learn from you. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Of course, it's a big welcome to you. And now we want to hear directly from you because we have been introducing you here and there, but now we want to hear directly from you. Who are you?
Yeah, good evening once again. Thank you very much. Sunflower. I know that's seriously, but for the sake of what I'm saying right here, thank you very much, Sunflower. Thank you very much, Bobby. I think I can't stop calling you Bobby. I don't know. Dede is not sticking there, so permit me to use the word for now. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having me. My name is Ebeisuwa Oluwaseyi. I'm a filmmaker, a director, an AD. Yes, I PM, I line produce. I'm basically a film guy. Like I've done several things as far as filmmaking is concerned. Some I trained them professionally. Some I had to be them by the virtue of contributing to filmmaking. And also I'm a crypto guy, part-time crypto guy, if I can mention that.
Yes,
And also I okay, I think that's for now. Basically, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a film guy. Basically I'm a producer director now for the past sometimes now. So I would say I'm seldomly an actor. Yes, I'll put it like that. So thank you very much. I also kind of mentor actors, you know, my own corner. Try to I think I pay more attention to actors that are trying to grow, collaborations. I believe in, consistency, actors coming together to do stuff. I started a train like that, which has been growing over the past year. I call fellow actors together, filmmakers, plan film, just put it out, just, do our thing. And since then, it has been upward from that moment. So I'm just a guy that likes to make film, support talent, discover talent, and grow together. I believe in growth. I believe in, putting talent out there, making best do of our talent. So that's what I do basically. Thank you very much.
Right, right on. I wouldn't put it past you to mentor actors, to be honest, with the wealth of knowledge that you have in that head of yours, sir. Thank you for your contribution to the industry. It is not going unnoticed. As you see, I would like to always give you your flowers while you're still alive, while you can smell them. And you are just an inspiration generally to myself and Toyosi, and I know a bunch of other people, a lot of people, to be honest. Right. So, getting on with the conversation for today. Are you guys ready? So today we are discussing stage versus screen. Where is the real craft in production? That is what we are focusing on today. For many of us who are in the theater space or the film space, or for those of you who are not really professionals in any of the spaces and you're just enthusiasts, right? Who like to watch, who like the lore of film and theater, right? This is the episode for you. This has been a long time coming. It's a big discussion I've found in many spaces in Nigeria and abroad as well. So let's do a quick flashback from the Alarinjo to the global screen. So I want to quickly talk about the pioneers of the traveling stage from the 1940s, the 1970s. So the doyens of theater, legends like Hubert Ogunde. It's very ironic because we have another Hubert here. Often called the father of Nigerian contemporary theatre, he didn't just direct, he managed a troupe of performers who lived and breathed the craft. Right, so the Alarinjo tradition basically means traveling performer. There are troops that move from town to town in lorries, setting up makeshift stages in towns, in halls, in schools, different places. There were no microphones, no retakes. Actors had to just have stamina of the soul, projecting their voices to reach the back of a crowded hall and using exaggerated physical movements to tell the story, right? So this is where the discipline of the Nigerian performer was born. And we still see it today with a lot of brilliant performers, right? So now we pivot back to the golden age of TV and the home videos. That was the 1980s to the 1990s when it developed. In the late 70s and 80s, the stage met the screen through iconic NTA dramas like The Village Headmaster, The Cockcrow at Dawn. Many stage actors made the jump to the screen here, learning how to act for a fixed camera, which was like a totally different thing, was sort of alien to many of them. Right. So the birth of Nollywood basically, when the economy shifted in the late 80s, the cinemas began to close. The stage didn't die. It's sort of, how do I put it now? It's migrated, sort of. And the 1992 release of Living in Bondage on VHS changed everything. So we stopped going to the National Theatre and started watching stories in our living rooms. It was a big trade-off. So this is where the speed of the industry started. We traded the months of stage rehearsal for the rapid fire production of home videos. Well, the return of the big screen now, the big screen experience with high production values, directors started merging the two worlds together, taking the gritty, disciplined training of the university theater departments and putting it under the 4K lenses of Netflix and Prime Video, like we have with with our guest today, who has starred in a Netflix film as well as Boss Man on his own. Right. So the modern director today, directors like our guest are the bridge, right? He understands that while the medium has changed from a wooden stage in a village square to a digital file, the Nigerian heart of the story remains the same. So, with that history in mind, from Ogunde's lorries to today's global streaming, let's now look at how that transition actually feels for someone behind the camera. So that's why we have Sir Ebeisuwa Oluwaseyi in this call today, in this podcast today. So, Toyo, back to
Yep,
you. What do you have for him?
I have a lot for him. But first of all, shall I say, let me stir up some Ijogbon? Pun intended. Anyway, yeah, pun intended. Our esteemed guest kept on introducing himself, telling us, "Oh, I do this, I do that." One thing you didn't tell us is that you are also involved in Faja. Do you know what Faja is? I'm sure you know what it is. You must know what it is. Have you watched the latest Lai skits?
No, na no ask me. Oh,
No,
Sir
it's not.
Ebeisuwa, have you seen?
You must have.
No, no, I don't give a. I don't think I've seen it.
You have not seen it, but you are
The,
actually
the,
involved in the sense that now I have to explain it. You've not seen it. Oh my god, people should be watching skits, watch things, you millennial. Anyway, you are a person that I see as someone who brings you just have this way of how do I say bringing up divisive topics. You on your status. I see the way you talk about things. I can be having a view about something, and then I'll check a bit status and I'll be like, he has a particular different view about this. You're a person that tends to stand strong in your own views. You have your own different views to many, many things, which I think this topic actually fits your type of person because it is stage versus screen. It is a topic that can be quite in a way controversial, it's debatable, it tears people into two sides. People are like, oh no, we are the original ones with the stage actors, and then film actors are like, oh, but this is where another kind of craft is, and things like that. So I think you are literally the perfect person for this show in this particular topic because when you really get into it, I know that you can bring out those debatable aspects. Which leads me to my first question for you. Are you ready?
yeah, yeah, I'm ready. I'm with you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, definitely. It's clear. Loud and clear.
All right.
Loud and clear, Capitan. So the first question is stage acting demands sustained performance and live precision, while screen acting allows for multiple takes and subtlety. In your opinion, where does the deeper test of an actor's craft truly lie?
Okay. Thank you very much for this question. I'll answer this question from two perspectives. Perspective of my personal experience as an actor and how I cope with these things in the two worlds, and another perspective from me as a director of both worlds too. So first and foremost, I'll start from my own perspective as an actor. When I'm on set and when I'm on stage, how like the one that really tested me more. So now I'll cite some examples so that we'll have a context to talk about. So I'll use the Jogbon as an example for my experience on set and why set and screen sometimes might have some similarities if well prepared, and why with our Nigerian setting, our own experience that we're likely to face, why we can have differ, experience. Okay, first and foremost, stage, in my opinion, anybody can act. In my opinion, we can just do that more than each other. We're more talented than each other. But can anybody and everybody act? Yes, in my opinion, everybody can act. Why did I say this? Why did I say this? I've been part of, I think the bulk of us here, we've been part of some freshers coming into university, most of them not knowing how to act or anything about stage acting in the first week. And then at the end of some rigorous, participation of initiation, at the end of it, at least there must have been like sort of improvement in many people discovering dance and a little bit of their talents. So from that experience, I got to know that actually everybody can act if well and adequately prepared with. Like for example, when I was so I said I'll use my personal experience to explain something. Are you guys okay with that?
Definitely, that's what we're here for.
I don't know if anybody have noticed that, but I was a chronic stammerer. I think it's still kind of
This is a goated story, to be honest.
it's still kind of evident in me till now, but because I try to talk slow, now it's not as obvious as it used to be. But then I was a chronic stammerer. I stammer a lot. And I don't know if you about to remember this story, but it's my story. So I don't think many people noticed it. So we were at a rehearsal, at in session rehearsal that very day, and they already cast people to play the role of Taiwan Kehinde. Me and that particular guy in that rehearsal that day. The guy's name was Worry. We were disturbing the rehearsal. And the director called me up that I should stand up. Why am I disturbing the rehearsal? Kiniko, that I should come and take the role because of that. And I told her that no, that she should not give me that role, that I stammer. That felt like an insult to her, Director Moy. It felt like an insult that you that you have been disturbing. And I had to come and take her. You are telling me that you are stammering, that you are the one that will take it. She now gave me that script and told me that I should be taking Kennedy, that I have to take it. Like it was very shocking because I wasn't preparing for anything like that. I was just there to enjoy my life and play my life around. So when she told me that, I was seriously panicking that how would I do this. So when I got home, I read the scripts all over and over again. Like I was reading the script every day and night, looking at the mirror, saying the lines because I didn't want to mess up. Because most of us in the class we didn't really know each other yet. So I didn't want to mess up. I was putting my everything into this role. For God so good, if you are familiar with stammerers, yeah, stammering is peculiar to, like, if you stammer, you are likely to have anger issue, sort of. So yeah, that particular role is a role that is very demanding. Like the guy was always getting angry, always, shouting, screaming, always a very wicked and unreasonable character. So I had that in me as a person. Then I stammer, and also I saw that role as a challenge. So all these played together to help me. So the anger that I had in me, that okay, why is this woman giving me this role? It was easy for me to transfer it to the role. And in the course of delivering my lines, I stammer. But because the character is a character that gets angry, the stammering wasn't like I could still manage it to a reasonable extent. So to cut the long story short, I did this role very well to the extent that it got me an award in part one. I won upcoming actor of the year that year. So I'm looking at my own personal experience. I can't categorize myself as somebody that has innate talent of acting, but I discovered that with adequate preparation, anybody can do anything. And that was very key to how I used to eventually cast characters, especially when I was in school. So in my that personal experience gave me that niche that everybody can have. I've seen myself grow. I've seen myself grow for someone that cannot say 5 sentences without stammering to rendering long lines on stage. And with that, if anybody tells me, oh, I saw somebody having that imposter syndrome that they can't do something, I like to give them that confidence that they can do it. So now coming to screen, I'm saying this with respect to how our own industry works here in Nigeria. With respect to screen does not allow you the permission to grow or to learn while on set. Screen expects you to be a professional. So on set, you are not permitted to grow into character or you are learning. No, you are expected to be a professional, to be perfect. So then again, I will use my experience in Ijogbon. When I got the role, I was nervous as well. Like Fulayo, my debut on screen and Fulayo, I was nervous as anything. So the first day on set, in fact, I rode on another veteran's mistakes. Let me quickly explain that. It was a scene with Yemi Sholade. Our first scene on set was a scene with Yemi Sholade. Why I was nervous that will I deliver or will I not deliver? Fortunately for me, the man was making a lot of mistakes on that first day. So he was the one that the director was correcting. Like he was not ending his lines well. He was doing a lot of mistakes. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, if this man could be making mistakes and the director is giving him opportunity to go again and again, why can't I make mistakes? This is my first time, for crying out loud. So I rode on that humanness of Yemsholade, and I allowed myself that freedom that okay, I think I can make mistakes too. Because it was like 2 hours into the shoot and we're not done with some lines because the veteran kept making mistakes, and it seemed like a normal thing. Nobody was pressuring him. Nobody, so I felt like okay, I think I can make mistake on this set. That's number one. The second thing was that the way we were filming, that was the professional set. The way we were filming, we're not filming a lot in a day. So I there was time for me to go into that character. So the advantage that set had for me was that it worked like a stage too, because I had time to read my script. I had time to, because it was more like one scene a day. So that kind of thing is not normal. Screen does not usually in this our country. Screen does not usually give you that luxury. And that's where this my bone of contention will be coming from. If we had adequate preparation of standard adequate preparation of screen and stage, I think we have close outcome in both. But in our film industry, in fact, we don't most like 98% of the sets will be on, we pay less attention to pre-production. If we're following how it's supposed to work, we spend more time doing reading, getting into character. A lot of characters on screen we do as better or as much as character on stage they do. So what I'm saying in essence is that for stage, there's adequate preparation. There's room for you to fail. There's room for you to be a novice. There's room for you to grow into the character. There's room for you to not know your lines. There's room for you to, get into a new interpretation of the role as opposed to how you earlier interpreted it. Why? Because there are days to rehearsals, there are some rehearsals that will just be reading of lines. So all these things, they are often you don't have them in our own film industry. I can tell you for a fact, after Ijogbon, which allowed me to grow into my character, which because after the first week, I didn't used to prepare much again because I was already living like Ronti on that set. So when they bring me script, okay, this script that we're doing today, there's no much. I was already like feeling like that character because I have time to read to, but as opposed to an average Nigerian set, you are expected to bring in your A game, even if you have interpretation of how you view this role. Immediately you're on set and the director explains something to you, he expects you to embody that particular role right there on set. So by the virtue of timing in our preparation, as like using Nigeria as a case study, an actor that is going on set gets to face more challenge than an actor on stage because of adequate preparation that is lacking in our average Nigerian set. So that is why the average Nigerian actor or the average Nigerian actor's performance on screen lacks depth. It lacks depth because I've been there as an actor, whereby, and that, in fact, I'm saying this because I feel like, okay, we got most of people here were family. That's one of the reasons why I don't really like screen acting, because my own type of actor, I want to embody this. I want to study this character. I want to read this line. So the way we work is different. Before I get into that character as a person, I need time. So I don't want to get to a set today and you are telling me that I need to play this role and I have to, no, I don't. I believe it doesn't help me as an actor to reach the depth of the character. So that's what I feel like stage has over screen, and that is why in this my analysis, screen is for the actor. Screen is more demanding. It is the crew member, the director that has luxury of coming up with creativity in the blink of an eye. Especially that's why our roles on screen, they lack depth, because if those kind of things sometimes work for comical roles, comical characters. But when we talk about serious emotional roles, that you hardly find a Nigerian film excelling in that department, because an actor is correcting script probably 4 days before the shoot, and they will come on set. We are expecting them to cry, or we are expecting them to bring in some emotional depth. In fact, there was a time I spoke with Josh. That is the aspect that I really want to work on screen. That's the aspect that I feel like Nigerian film lacks. There was a time I was on set as a director. I've prepped my actors. So we did one take. At that one take, the actor actually gave me something beautiful at the one take, but it was a camera rehearsal. Unfortunately for me, when we took the first take, the actor tried her best, but she was already losing the emotional depth to the character. So I had to go with the second take because I tried the third one as she was already going further away from the character. So I had to go with the second take because I knew that if I take more take, she'll be going further away from the character. And it was sad because I know the talent of that my actor. I know she could deliver more than what we eventually took to final cut. But I had to stick to what we had at the second take. And I knew she could do more, but it's an emotional character. You cannot expect, and it was one take. You cannot expect a character to cry their ass out from the depth of their mind, and another take, you want them to be in that same mood again, just like that. It's very demanding on actor. I've worked with a lot of actors, and that's where stage has advantage. Stage, you play the role on stage in rehearsal, such that, in fact, I'll leave this particular segment with Antitoyin. Antitoyin said the performance is one of your rehearsal. Like if you do your performance on performance day, it will not be. So my take is that your performance can be far away from one of your rehearsals. The performance that you have on performance day, it will be close to a particular rehearsal that you've done one particular day. Your performance won't come out of the blue. So that is why stage is advantageous. Stage gives actors more time to reach their depth, more time to study their roles, more time to understand their role better. So that's why for this segment, I'll give it to screen being place where actors get tested the more, because you don't have room for to go into character, especially with respect to our industry in Nigeria. Because I've seen no Hollywood movies where you camp actors, in fact, months before they start shooting. Imagine they have edge. If I'm camped in a building for 1 month before shoot, like that's a long edge to the actor that is resuming on set. They are giving him or her script 2 days to the set, and even as he's leaving that set, he's already resuming to another set that he has not even read the script. So that makes our film lacks depth. Like I think I have answered I don't want to
Yeah,
like
you've,
take.
you've more than fully answered the question, to be honest. Sef. You are, according to Toyosi, she just DM'd me now. She said you are a layered analyzer. I like, nah, this is fun. This is fun. But Toyosi, do you have any reactions to what he has said? Quickly.
Yes, yes, I do actually. I mean, I'll just say, you could have fooled me because in the first place, I wouldn't have known about the whole stammering thing if um if you didn't actually explain to us like this. Because throughout your whole discourse, it was just like, oh wow, I wouldn't have known that. So it just really is a testament to how far you've come, and I'm happy to see that. And once again, your discourse was a layered analysis, it was a layered dissection, as Demola has already casted of me saying, and it's just wonderful to listen to. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
So from what I picked from what you said, I'm going to jump a little bit to the directing side because you mentioned how it is for an actor, right? That was what the first question demanded of you. But this time I'm going to jump into the director bit. You wear many hats, as we all know: producer, director, actor, PM, different AD, different arts, right? And as a director, how do you maintain your artistic standards when the film industry demands speed, but theater demands such deep patience, as you have put it? And if you can briefly just give us like one or two, reasons why you feel the artistic standards of film are totally different from theater. Yeah, I think that would be my
Okay.
question. So yeah, as briefly as you can.
Yes, thank you very much for this beautiful question. So, I mentioned that I've been an AD, I've been an actor. So, from the point of view of an AD, I already know I was once an actor. As an actor, you have how you want to be treated. I have my challenges. I have how like what used to happen on set that I didn't like that used to affect my performance or my preparation for a performance. So all these things put together is what I render out to my actor when I'm a director. So number one thing, I allow my actor to not get distracted. Number one, I give the actor utmost respect that they deserve on set for them to be in their well mental state to be able to, act. Like I'm very I take my actor's mental health very, very important. Like that's the first thing that I do. And because that helps to cover the lapses that the patience that the filming industry does not have. So I don't want my actor to just come on set and already giving them script to come and act. No, I don't want that. As much as I will have done some rehearsal reading before they come on set, I want that set to be safe haven for them. So I don't want a set where the like everybody's just talking anyhow, everybody's making noise, then the actor is complaining about something. No, no. So first and foremost, I want my actor to be mentally stable. I want my actor to be so all those things they are well like they are some of the steps I take to cover the ground, put my actor in a sane mode or sane environment to deliver the character. That's number one. Number two again is that for screen as a director, I more like typecast. Like I do, especially as a producer and a director. So I would have done background check on the actor. There are no rooms like I said, there are no rooms like you want to be going to some character on set. There are no rooms for that. So I will cast I'll cast my actor in such a way that okay, this person is already close to the kind of person that I want to. So I take less risk basically on screen. I take less risk on stage. I take absolute 100% risk because I believe that with adequate rehearsal coming on telling them that you can do this and everything, you can bring any actor to play any role. But for screen, there's more risk. There's more at risk because number one, as a producer, I'm dropping some money. I don't want to risk it from a financial point of view. I don't want to put my money and start casting Yemi Elisha to play lover boy banker. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't know if anybody knows Yemi
That was
Elisha here.
very specific. That was
Yes,
a
yes.
very specific
So
example, but
now
we'll let slide.
I don't want to drop my money for Yemi Elisha to play a banker lover boy that gets his heart broken. I don't have that luxury. I can do that on stage. 6 weeks of rehearsal, I can get Yemi Elisha to play a banker lover boy that's emotionally heartbroken and all of that. From the point of view of a producer, and those are all these factors that I bring together. So if I'm casting Toyosi, I know what Toyosi can do. I know that she can have, that range to do other things, but I want to bank on what I'm sure that she can do, because that brings me closer to achieving our desired aim. That brings me closer to, not like, that bridges the time that the luxury I don't have on set. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense to you
Yeah,
guys.
I get you. I get
I
you.
I approach it from that realistic point of view. I don't risk a lot, because people will drop money, or maybe we gather money, or we contribute money. Something is at stake. There's no time for me to do all that. So, number one, basically putting my actors in a very staying, that in fact, that is the most important one for me, because I've seen actors get, like, do less than what they could do, because the dynamics of the set provoke them. A DP can be provoked. The mistake of DP is how will I put it now? Less detrimental to the outcome of the movie
Yeah,
than
it's
the mistake of the act.
obvious.
And you can't change the actor's performance. What they already performed is what you heard. So, me being an actor, being an AD, I put all these things into my expertise as a director. So I don't want to treat my actor as just director actor relationship. I want you to become stable. I want you to be in the right state of mind to do what you do. And of course, before I cast you for that role, or before we bring you up for that role, I already have an idea of what you can deliver. So that was why I could get the analogy that I used the other time. That was why I could stop at take two for that my lady actor. Then I knew what she could deliver. I knew she could do better than that. But it was an emotional one. The film that I'm talking about is actually Escape. It was an emotional one take performance that I'm not cutting. So if you want to cry, it has to come one take. And once you lose it at that first take, the other one will seem like you are forcing it. And I know what she can do. So that second take was still close a little bit. But when we put it out and we heard it at the festival, I saw people reception. I was so happy. I knew she could do more, but what she was able to do with that second take, it was still kind of manageable. I was not satisfied. I knew she could do more. Like, she could do more, but then the screen, we have to elevate it with sound and everything, at least to make it more appealing. But like, I knew my actor, and that was why I could achieve what we were able to achieve with that. If it was an actor that I did not know, I'll probably want to, like, force her to do another thing, and to be killing the performance, especially when it's an emotional scene. Yeah, I did I answer the question?
Yeah, I appreciate how you broke it down even far beyond what I expected. Wow. Maintaining standards between two juggernauts or industries from stage to film, it's quite difficult, to be honest. And I like the fact that you are pretty intentional. It's not something you see on many sets in Nigeria, because they are more about speed and what we can quickly get out. And it's not the best way or the best condition or atmosphere for actors, for even anybody, for crew members, to be honest. For anybody, it's the speed, it kills a lot of the quality, I think, most times. And, like you said, people have dropped money, people are trying to make a quick buck, people are trying to do this and that. And at the end of the day, the way the industry has been structured, we just have to push our content out or films out as quickly as possible. Thank you for that answer. Toyo, do you have any response before you give him our next question?
I think for me, it's just about the fact that it's basically what you've said. Actually, I'm basically satisfied with the way it has been broken down. It's just the reality of our own film industry that demands, that kind of speed and trying to match up artistic standards. What you said about having an actor that that, okay, this person is going to give you this thing already. And in a way, I could say that is even in a way what leads to, shall I say, sometimes typecasting in a way, because you already know that this person has the capability to do this thing with speed, depending on the the artistic landscape that we have right here, especially just talking about Nollywood. And in a way, there's something that it does to actors, but because as a director, you still have to get that speed and unlocking and still try to produce quality and quantity at the same time. There's just a lot it does. So with your analysis, I'm just really satisfied because that is just the reality of it all. Thank you so much
So
for that.
I love the point that you made concerning typecasting. So
Yeah.
the reason why like that is because most of the time the investors and the creative, they are coming from different angles. Why you
Hmm.
as a director or as a producer, you have this okay, you want to bring this person out, you want to bring this character out of somebody. Investor is dropping money, they don't have time for you to go and
There's no
create
time
character.
for that too.
They are looking at it from the they want to get their money and they can't trust you to go and give one role to. In fact, this thing is happening presently with Auntie Mo's Baba Shaggy's that is coming out in December. If you read
Hmm.
the if you read the book and you see their cast list, you know that it is Odunlade Adekola that is playing Baba Shaggy. You will know because he has the charisma, the anyhowness to play Baba Shaggy. Like
Yeah,
they could have used other people, but then the person that is dropping billions of naira, do they have that luxury?
they
They
don't.
are not the place of, when we're in school, when we're in school, that there's luxury for you to try. In fact, I've seen that and I've seen people do it well. Faleye, I came to see Faleye's final year project. There was this lady in our class. She didn't used to come for rehearsals very well. She played Iyalode Ibadan. I'm serious. I don't know if anybody remember this lady.
Was it
She
Efusheton?
Every
And
Shetan, yes, every Shetan, she
yes,
killed this
yes.
character. I wouldn't have thought. But why did I know that she was going to definitely kill it? Because a director worked on her rigorously. There was a lady in our class, Miriam. She was the person that played lead in Uber Tokombales, um, Red is Freedom Road. This lady, she doesn't used to come to pit, but this guy worked on her rigorously for weeks, and this lady killed that performance on the performance day. Those are the luxury that we have that you don't have in the investment world. Person that is dropping money does not have that time. They just
Hmm.
if you put your cast list and they see that somebody is there, they'll be like, okay, no, I don't want this thing. Change this character, go and put Fi Wara. Change this character, go and put Etimefiong. I don't have time for this because they want to make their money. So there's no artistic synergy in terms of.
Mention-
So I think just to buttress that your point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for adding that as a layer too. And that actually leads to the next aspect of how many actors say theater builds the foundation while film brings the fame. So now, do you believe that one medium produces better actors, or do they simply develop different muscles? I think this is quite. You've answered this in a way. I think maybe, or should I say, you've given the foundation for this question for this particular question from the first answer. But then this third question may look a bit similar, but I'm realizing that there's also a different kind of depth to it
Please,
as well. I
can you
us to
repeat the
explain.
question?
Yes,
Can you repeat
yes. So the question is that many actors say theater builds the foundation while film brings the fame. Do you believe that one medium produces better actors, or do they simply develop different muscles?
Yeah. So to answer this, it's kind of very dicey because I will use our Nigeria. This is our space. If you are going out tomorrow, if you are called on the set tomorrow, you are more likely to be called on the Nigerian set. So I'll use this Nigerian set and our people. So something that theater gives you is that you cannot be a liability. Theater gives, in fact, anytime you meet our alumni in the film industry, like there's always that difference. They give you 100% of themselves. Like the professionality is there. Like it's almost like everybody were the same thing. So why I will not. So I want to lay a foundation to what I want to explain now. So most of the time, there's a reason why it is people that come from other walks of life that are the leaders of film industry. There's a reason. There's a reason why the leaders of film industry today, I mean the people that are the top peak of it, they are not people that study drama from anywhere. They are mostly, you know, doctors, some lawyers. Oga Akindele, Bolale Peter, lawyer. Mo,
Yeah,
she started filmmaking when she was already a full-blown mother and adult. And why is it that is this set of persons that seem to take that genre to the top? I'll tell you why. This is because where they are coming from, they're already groomed. A lawyer that spends 5 years in the university, or a medical doctor like this guy, was one that played Bashorunga's son in Ga. What's his name? He's a medical doctor before he comes into filmmaking. So as much, this is where I'm going to. As much as theater gives us foundation, these are the people that still take it to the top. Why? Because the ultimate professionality, the ultimate globaliness, they are the ones that bring it. Why? Using I've forgotten the name of this guy, and it's really getting me annoyed. He's one that played Bashorunga's son, first son in Ga. Who saw Ga here? Ah, wait,
Um,
I'm also
Michael
struggling
Fola.
to remember actually.
so the other brother to Michael Folarin,
Hmm.
J
I
Blaze.
forget.
Yes.
J
So for example,
Blaze.
so I worked with J Blaze once as an AD. So there's something that is different with these people that are coming from another profession. They came to filmmaking as a doctor. What do you have as a doctor? You've done a lot of research. You are not Ebeisuwa that went to dramatic art in part one that was playing around. When most of them cross into filmmaking, they are crossing into filmmaking as a professional in their field. So what they are bringing into that filmmaking, it is no brainer. That's why most of them excel more than us. That okay, tata kinikon, you went to kinikon. What they bring, I don't know if anybody get what I'm trying to say. So to round this part up, as a theater practitioner, someone that has theater background, we have the know-how, we have that toughness that film desire. But these other people that come from the other end, they are the ones that actually take our own potential to the top. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Because
Yeah.
You understand?
there's a way that theater is all over the world. Is actually an industry that is anybody can jump into it at any time.
Hmm.
You can in fact, if I had known all this knowledge right from time, I wouldn't have never studied dramatic arts. You can
Really?
do your professional life, which will give you a kind of a professional life, such that when you are coming into filmmaking, you are not coming into filmmaking with Dede that was being directed by Chris. That Chris was telling that, oh, run into gates, come back. You are not coming into that filmmaking as that. You are coming into filmmaking as somebody that has excelled in medical field. So it's easy for them to now use us, to use our expertise, to use our professionality, to use our know-how to get to the top. It happens. In fact, check the creative industry, check anywhere. They are usually professionals that now come to the entertainment world after they've already excelled in their field. So is theater an advantage? Yes, it will help you. You will be very disciplined. Yes, it gives you discipline. But I'm telling you that from someone that did not study theater too, but a professional. So now I'm not saying an average somebody on the street that did not study theater and just go into film or a skit maker. Those ones you won't find the professionality that you find in people like Moabudu. Neither will you find the commitment that you find in people like, let's say, Princess Obuse, or people like Gabriel Folarin. You won't find that dedication in them. You won't also find that professionality that you find in Mo in them. So in a way, we kind of need each other. We kind of need each other. That's why that in fact there are quite a lot of examples. Lolari, she's one of the biggest makeup artists in the industry. She did not even study anything film or anything. But when they take up that course, whenever they are coming to in that industry, maybe they are taking a 3 month course, the dedication that they are giving to it, they are giving dedication of a medical doctor to it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It's different from dedication that you are giving to drama 101 or drama 405. A medical doctor saying that they want to course to filmmaking, and you are expecting them to attack it from how you attacked your own, whether it's drama 307. No, because whatever they did that brought them to the expertise of medical field, the law field, it already drained them. Like they already, so when they come to it, is no brainer. They will excel. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They will excel.
I
They
understand you.
they will
Yeah, that's
excel when they cross. They will excel. Like there are numerous examples. Moabudu, Kemi Adetiba. In fact, Jade Shiberu was a banker for a lot of years. before she just started to cross into filmmaking. Her first film, imagine, her first film was Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush won what's it called? This is our award. Won best film in West Africa. That was her first film. Her second one was Gang of Lagos, or was it Brotherhood? Look at the film that someone that's just coming to the industry about 3 years. That's the kind of film that they are putting out. Same thing with Kemi Adetiba. Same thing with Moabudu. Same thing with in fact Funka Akindele too. She studied law. So I don't know if I answered your question. I don't know. I don't know if I really answered it. But theater,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
In
theater
fact,
foundation helps. But then
yeah.
I say no to those professionals, like what they bring into, like it's, in fact they are the ones. Okay, let me put it to you. They are the ones that actually make our industry now official. Like now we have something like production schedule. They are the one that brought all those things, not all the thespians. They didn't teach us all these things in OAU or UI. Production schedule, breakdown, PM, all these things. I learned it from Dad Oshiberu's schools. I attended that school. I learned it. So when I was in that school, I was very angry that how did I finish dramatic art and they don't teach us all these things? And average, and let me not lie to you, Toyosi, let me not lie to you, Bobby. There are people in our classes then in Ife that they couldn't act, but they would have excelled in all those back camera jobs. They could have excelled in doing production schedule. They would have excelled in doing in being an AD, in doing breakdown from
I agree like mad.
they will have excel. In fact, I can mention about 10 people in our class that they already have that thing from the way their interest. But did they teach us? But these professionals, this Jado Shiberu, this Moabudu, they are the ones that brought that officiality into our industry that now somebody can be a PM and you will succeed. You will be a professional. Line producers, ADs, these are departments that you can be and you'll be doing well, taking care of your family. But you can finish a dramatic art 4 year course, you have that zeal and everything, but you can't do a simple thing on set. Like it's annoying, it's sad, so to say. I don't know if I answered the question. Thank you very much.
Right, I think you did.
Yes, yes, definitely did.
Exactly. You did. Let me jump to the next question because we are short of time. We should be out of here in the next like about 20 minutes. So just not to mince words, right? You know how the Nigerian theater audience is. You know they are very legendary, right? Like they will talk back to you on the stage and they will let the actors know exactly how they feel in real time. You know that feeling now. So, but when you are directing on screen, right, for screen, do you miss that immediate feedback loop that you get on stage? Or do you actually prefer the total control of what the editing room brings, where you get the final say of what the audience sees? Unlike when they are live and they are looking at you and they are actively giving you criticisms as they are watching it. So in like a few sentences, if possible, can you just help us like answer that?
So there was a time I directed a short film. The short film is fault, not ours. It's on my page on Instagram. I directed it, we edited and everything. I didn't like it. I felt like it was not good. So I left it. There were people that my friends that we did collaborate together. They were saying that I should post it. It's good. It's good. I didn't think that it was. In fact, I thought it was trash. I left it for like 8 months. One very day I was scrolling through my media and I saw it and I played it. For some reason, I now liked it that particular day. So when immediately I saw that I liked it, I quickly called my team that we filmed together that okay, we are going to post this, because I was scared that I don't know the following day I might get to now be eating it again. So where am I going with this? There's nothing that you can compare to real life performance. Even for the performer as an actor that you've done rehearsal for weeks, the day that you are performing, you are also an audience in your mind because you don't know what you are acting.
Hmm.
For the director, you have blocked everything, but on the day of performance, you are also watching as an audience. You can't say, okay, everything that I directed is what I'm saying. No, you are also getting that wild moment as a director. So apart from the audience that are enjoying real life reaction, you as the director at the lighting booth, you're also enjoying some elements that didn't see coming, or something that you didn't prepare for, or you get my point. So for stage, everybody is in it. It's a crazy feeling that filmmaking cannot give you, because you already see the outcome like 1,000 times before you put it out. Like screen cannot give you that. Screen cannot give you that realness, that connection with. I saw Abandon. I cried. I cried for the first day. I
Hmm.
cried the second when another person played the role. Something that I already saw. We went for Nutaf, so I already saw the performance. We came back to Theater. I saw it again. I cried. Real life, it's stages. It gives different feeling, and it can't be compared to
Really
screen,
does.
because your screen, the final outcome of screen is in sound, everything. That there are a lot of manipulation, but for stage, it's real. You are getting it first hand. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not an experience that I'm putting it to you. Screen will never give you that. I'm not even lying. I'm not even joking now. Screen will never give you
More,
that.
it's
I've
so
seen. Thank God that you see my weakness. I've seen Omo Me Dada in movies. I've seen her in so many movies. The day I watched Omo Me Dada on stage, it was the Lala production that I went to see at Island. Sha. I saw Omo Me Dada when
terrible,
she was
show,
in her life.
right?
I was literally having goosebumps, and I was like, have I seen this actor before at all? I was telling myself
Same
that
here.
I don't think I've seen this actor before in my life. I convinced myself that whatever I saw of Omo Me that day, I've never seen it before. And that's the depth that I was talking about, that stage will give you, screen will never give you. Thank you very much.
Stage really
That's
does build that foundation. Wow.
yes, so yes.
It really do.
Because before when we were building this conversation between Toyo and I, we were like, this thing could get pretty controversial with the way the way some of these discussions are going. But I'm glad you are saying it as it is, because many feel the need to sugarcoat most of the time. But I'll throw it out to Toyo
We
to ask
we
the
won't,
next question.
yes, we won't get anywhere even by sugarcoating stuff. We have to say it as it is. It's our industry at the end of the day. And us talking about you seeing Omawumi Dada on stage and then on screen, like almost unrecognizable. It begs me to ask that, in your mind, I feel like I already know where you might lean to in a way, but in your mind, if an actor had to commit to only one path, like stage or screen for their entire career, which one would you say, you know, preserves the integrity of the career of the craft more, and why?
So it's very simple. In fact, stage resonates more with us as Africans. There's this commitment that stage gives you. There's this oneness that is shared.
Mm.
That's why it isn't automatic. I think I'll use the word automatic here, because if you look at background of the stage from our forefathers, in fact, according to Adilov, the story was directed by Kula Folayan, that during the Adilov's time, when they were going around, they used to have a more like theater troupe.
Okay.
Those times, if you want an actor, they like they don't bond that actor to say that they want to collect money. You just go and tell the boss will send the actor over. There's this communalistic nature of stage. It brings love. It unites us as humans.
Yeah.
There's this love. There's this oneness. There's this feeling. It's beyond
Suffering.
the start now. It's beyond the storytelling. It's beyond. It is humanistic.
Hmm.
On stage, there is a part of you that along the time of rehearsal, you already feel connected to the whole process. I could remember a lot of performances like that. I could like some performances that I was not even part of. I saw Flamingo. In fact, till now, I was telling a friend, it's not even up to 3 months now. I was telling a friend that as a person, my equivalent to people go to club and spray money. My equivalent, if I have that money, the equivalent of me spraying money in club is for me to call my colleagues that have been part of a legendary production and say, oh guys, I have this money that I want to waste. So you guys, wherever you are, come, let's come and stage this play. Just because I want to experience that.
That's
I
so
think
good.
of whenever I think of Flamingo, I think of I don't know if anybody saw Flamingo here by G Banks of the blessed memory. Whenever I think of live
Yeah,
production,
it is.
this is what I think about. Like, is it possible for me to call these people that have participated in this production that okay, this money, oh, I'm a rich man, oh, I'll pay everybody handsomely. But that is not the end goal. The end goal is I want us to come together again for maybe 4 weeks, rent a place and do this performance again. Like, that is what stage gives you. It gives you that sense of communality that is not in screen. In fact, I could mention. So, in fact, Lubat's production, Red is the Freedom Road, is my favorite production in our own set. When I
Hmm.
remember the performance of Faleye, to mention this, Faleye, throughout my stay in OAU campus, Faleye is the actor that I really respect, like the most. Like the way I raise Faleye, I'm sure he does not know it. I raise Faleye a lot. Whenever I think about Fale's performance in Red is the Freedom Road, whenever I think about his performance in Abandoned, I love Fale a lot. And there was a time I saw that he was already doing skits. He was putting up skits on Instagram. I was sad. Why was I sad? I know that people, he might get popular for all those skits, but I know this guy can do more. I know this guy can do more than those skits, making people laugh. Have you seen Wale embody serious emotional roles? So when I saw him doing skits, that was a part of me was sad because I can't call him now to say, okay, Wale, come to Lagos, let's do this thing, this stage performance. It's because stage performance is not lucrative. But does that make it any less than screen? No, it's not less. I can tell you. That's why whenever I saw Auntie Tony put up a film. She want to stage a play next month. Of course, I will be there. I'm happy that some people still go outside of their ways to make stage plays, not because it brings them money, not because most of these people they don't gain. I can
Just
see
for
this
the
with
love of it.
they don't gain, but they go all out to do this thing because they love it. Because there's a communalistic aspect of it. There's a love. It's deep. It's very very deep and it's crazy. Statement that I've seen over the years. How many years ago? I'll see it again. I'll be thinking about it. I'll be seeing it in my head. The song
Yeah.
is crazy. I've never screen. They don't do me like that. Screens don't do me like that. A lot of
Because
them. Dendan Kimati. I can. In fact, even my personal project that I directed. Birthdays are not for dying. If anybody knows me,
yes, I remember.
you can know that I can be very biased sometimes. Birthdays are not for dying. I remember it like yesterday. The people that we did the project together. I remember the performance. Rachel, she was having heartburn attack the night of our performance. I don't know if you remember. Seriously,
I
she was
remember.
attack that night, and she still went on stage and did the role. These are things that screen don't give you. If you inconvenience an actor on screen, they already lose it. Like they don't want to go all out for you. They already like they will lose
Hmm.
it already. You have to be begging them that please can you come? They will lose it. But stage is not like that. There's a spirit of stage.
Hmm.
It's it
There
it can
truly
it
is.
can be anything. There's a spirit and it's everywhere. UI drama, Unilag is everywhere. There's a spirit.
Yes.
It can't be compared to. So screen is more like official, like people are coming together for their personal gains most of the time. But stage is more. Stage is more. You
Stages
don't
of
think of yes, you don't think of game first in stage. So and it stems from those are our forefathers that they'll just pack themselves together. They don't even have money. They'll pack themselves together. They will be doing theater from this place to this place, and most of them they are poor. In fact, Kula Fulayo's younger brother, he was saying it. He was saying it that their father was poor when he was alive. It was Kula Fulayo that was now trying. He was trying to be like to be diplomatic about it. That one, stand. He was just saying that their father was poor when he was alive. That he doesn't have money, and they made film. They travel all over the place. They don't have money. It was for the love of this, but now we don't really have that with screen, and that's why I always,
yes.
if we have a scener climb where stage is as lucrative as screen, I will never have anything to do with screen. I will never ever, not even one thing. I'll be doing stage for life, for life.
There's not
I won't have
it.
anything to do with screen at all. It's more connecting to the heart, and
Yes.
and what is we are human, so it connects to us more than screen. So
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
very
That's just the whole bulk of it all. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow. So then I
Well,
want to
yeah. Me self, I think I've been schooled by everything he has been saying all the while. I was just patiently listening and taking everything in. But before we go, my final question to you is, there's a growing fear that the glamour and the fame of Nollywood might be thinning out the technical discipline found in stage training. There's this discourse that's going on. And you, Ebeso, as someone who directs both, do you feel it's your responsibility to bring that theater rigor onto your film sets, or do you treat them as two completely different beasts that don't need to mix? In a few sentences, if you can answer that, because I think, like, in Nollywood, there's this popular thing that's going around now, that there's a particular glamour in Nollywood that is sucking out the discipline in stage training that we all have, that we, like many of us on this call that we've been talking so far, we've had. And Ibeswa, you as someone that has directed both on stage and on screen, what do you feel is like your responsibility? Do you think it's like a responsibility of yours to bring back that theater thing, that theater spirit onto your film sets? Or is it just, oh, I'll treat them as separate things. Let's not mix them together. Ibeswa, are you still there?
So, as I think to answer this your question, you have to be very, very diplomatic. I did something on set as I was on set with so two sets. I was on set as a PM. I was on that set as an assistant director. So these two sets, they brought me to a sad reality. So let me start from the set I was as the AD. So there was no discipline at all. Unfortunately for the set, when I got there, I realized that our film industry that we are coming from, this film industry that you were talking about, that okay, is already doing this and that. The skit maker is another thing entirely.
Hmm.
All those ones, they don't concern themselves with when you come to the set late or anything that has to do with discipline or anything. Their own is
Ethics.
na me get money. I decide when we shoot. Whether you
Hmm.
are director, the actors will give cut time for 2 p.m. Actors will be coming on set like 5 p.m. Oh yeah, na mo film because they don't care because it's their money. If we did not film whatever we want to film that day, we will pick another day. So anything goes. So where I'm going is that our industry now, realistically, it has been segmented. So what you meet on a YouTube, an average YouTube set, is not what you will meet when a skit maker is making a film, because most of those skit makers that are making films, and what you meet on that set is different from what you meet on a Kule Afolayan set. So now you, as someone that is disciplined, you have to be selective of where you will be impactful, and where you will just genuinely leave things to flow and just do just do your own work, as it were. I was on set, and everybody on the set, including the director, I was wild. I was the PM on that set. Everybody on set, including the director, they were passing shots before we could shoot first scene. They were passing like the drink of, I think, Martel, and that actor guy was passing shots. Everybody like, not gonna taste. Everybody should drink first before we shoot, and
Hmm.
everybody was drinking,
Hmm.
including the director. So the person that called me on that set, I wanted to lash out and say, what the fuck is happening on my set? Like, I don't want to see this. I wanted to lash out. Then the person who happened to be the AD, he called me to one side. He said, so I sabi you very well, but I beg, for this set, just allow them do what they want to do. Now, so them they do. In the next 2 hours now, the producer, he go carry drink come this set, to everybody go drink. And lo and behold, he did not get up to 3 hours, like big cooling chest of drink. And he paused the set, and everybody was drinking. Everybody was drinking like it was a party.
I would pull my hair out.
And, and on this same set, I'm not kidding you right now. On this same set, we were filming. The continuity person, the apartment that we were filming, he brought in a girl, and he went to he entered one of the room, and he went to do whatever he did with the girl. And we were
Premium car.
filming. The
It's
DP
premium car.
and another person on the camera stand, and he went to have sex with another person on the set. He did not take permission sef, and he came back. He was gisting me how he went away with one of the extras, and they went to do something and all of that. So when I saw that set, though everything in me could not take it, but I had to just flow as it were, because I was hired, and they already told me that that's what they do. No carry your official film industry come this place. So, and the camera people too, they were that I eventually got to be close with. So then maybe so I feel we got because I've worked with both of them. They know how I work. So they was I feel we got set kini esile ele ya and she go MBO. I got time flow pẹ̀lú wa ni o. So you have to be selective of where you want to be impactful, because sometimes when you are the exception, you look like the foolish one.
That's just true. That's
So
just true.
so you have to be very, even as an actor, it happened. In fact, that's what they do. Yemi Solade I've met him on quite a lot of sets. Yemi Solade on the Jogbon, he was so professional. I met him on another set. He was just doing anyhow. I was not like, Shema àti mo pàdé ní sẹ́ẹ̀tì, but there are some people that I can mention that everywhere they will give you the same person. People like Ebeisuwa, people like this guy, this guy that played lead role in Breath of Life. This
Okay,
young guy.
okay,
Or
that,
Eh?
Chimezemo.
yeah.
Chimeze Imo, if you meet him on any set, he will give you what he will give you on a short film. Those what's it called? Etime Fiong. These people, they will
Hmm.
give that professionality where they will give everywhere. So those people, they try
Patrick
their best.
Diakwa.
When you work with them, you will see that okay, these people, they are intentional. They're intentional. They will give you 100% of what they will give everywhere, and that is what. But that is not is difficult sometimes to do on a set that if you do that, you will be like the black sheep guy, the guy that is doing too much. Which happen safe. So I've worked with some actors that okay they encourage what they do on their own encourages me to not want to sleep on being professional, doing it the right way, reading your script all over again before you go on set. Like when you meet them and when you work with them, you'll be happy that okay. So it's better to have that professionality, have it, know that you can give this thing than not knowing that that thing exists somewhere. Because when you work on big stage, you work with Kemi Adetiba, all these ones, they are professional. They take their life. They don't joke with it. They don't joke with little details. If you work with Jade Shiberu, she does not joke with little details on her set. She wants to know everything that is going on her set. If you work with the worst person that I've worked with in terms of worst in terms of positivity, he takes everything to heart. He knows everything on the set. He knows every detail. Is J Blaze. J Blaze as a director, he knows every details of everything that's happening on the set, every little details. He knows your line, he knows your everything. So when I worked with J Blaze, I was like, wow, people don't like him. He can be very bitchy and all of that. When I worked with him, I love him. Why? Because of course, nothing concerned with his personal. I handle his personal life. That's his own. But what brought us together, which was the work. I like the way he handled the work. I like he has knowledge of everything. Like he doesn't direct and say, oh yeah, let's not see because he will tell you what to on. He will be using the language of every department with you. So the person that gave me the job that I should go and do AD with him, the person told me that Jay Blaze is an AD director. I did not understand that statement until I was on that set. So when he wants to discuss with me as an AD, he talks with me as if he's an AD too. So he doesn't talk. Some other director will just call AD. What are we shooting? He'll be using them with me as if he's also an AD. So when I give him, okay, sir, I think we should do scene 5 because scene 5 is this scene and we should do, he tell me no. So he will debate it with me as though we did the scheduling together. Do you get my point? So and that's how he debates with every other department. So when I saw that, I like that, and that is what I want to emulate, not the other person that they are set is. So to just answer the question in one sentence, you have to be selectively wise in picking where you want to impact because the industry now are segmented. There's cinema industry, there's YouTube industry, there's skit maker trying to do film industry. Those ones they are even different, and there's short film industry. Those indie filmmaker, the filmmakers that used to take their films to festivals, they have their own dynamics. So it's not like before that everybody has one umbrella. Now the apartment film industry too, they did there whereby just pick one apartment, all the stories is inside that one apartment. Those ones too they did there. So the industry is segmented. It's the crew member that gets to work across all board. Some actors like Gabriel Afolayan, he will give you his 100% everywhere across board. He's not a, in fact, Gabriel Afolayan is not an actor that he doesn't do well joking on set. He's a professional. He will give you 100%. So those are the ones that we fall into. So if I meet someone like Hubert on set, if I meet someone like Molly, someone like Elsin, all these people that I've met on set, and it's automatic. What they will give you is professionality. If you meet Molly on set, in fact, you'll be happy that okay, yes, this is a product of our department. Molly is a very strict professional, and some people may not like her for that. But do I love her for that? Yes, because those are the people that are making this industry stay. Those are the people that are giving it what it deserves. Yes.
Wow, wonderful.
Right. Ebeisuwa, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this. This has been so enlightening. Thank you very much. It gives us a picture of what to look forward to. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, so I'm going to just quickly wrap up every single thing, then we'll close. So I just want everybody to remember that if you are enjoying this conversation, share it live, invite your friends, follow at high_film academy. That's HI_film academy on all platforms, right? Also remember that this live session is being recorded and will be available later on Apple Podcasts and Spotify on the Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy channel. So you can always come back to watch or listen again. Once again, if you're interested in joining the academy, registration is ongoing and the link is in our bio. Right. So before I go, I just want to share my closing thoughts, just like two sentences. So whether it's the National Theatre or a Netflix set or whatever, the goal is still the same, I believe, telling the Nigerian story with truth, right? So a quote that I would like to go by is the stage is where the actor is born, the screen is where they are immortalized. That is probably a quote sentence, a quote for another day, right?
That's
It's a whole topic on its own, to be honest. But we won't delve deeper into that. We are really out of time. Toyo, do you have any final remarks before we
yes,
go?
definitely do. Big thank you to our guest. I've really enjoyed listening to you. You are a great analyzer, and conversations with you concerning these things I know can go on and on and on and on and on. So it's been so great to have this. There's been so much depth, which from you, I also pray that we get to even have more of that in our industry as it grows. But big ups to that. Cheers to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for listening, for sticking with us, and we hope to see you next time. I have been your host, Oluwatoyo CA, with my co host, Demola. Thank you so much.
Thank, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Tokumbale, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I love you, to your baby, Bobby.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Minister. Thank you with us. Shout out to you. Really, like you started from beginning to now. Thank you very much. I think we should allow her to say something. I don't know. Because she's been with us since beginning of this show,
Actually,
and
to be honest,
I,
I'm leaning to we unmute her.
Truly,
Yeah.
truly, this is an eye opener to many things that has been going behind the screen, and then everybody on stage. I've really learned a lot tonight, and I enjoy it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Yay.
you. Yola. Fantastic. All right. Good night, everybody. This was
Good night,
awesome.
everybody.
good night, guys.
Bye.
Hi, let's